Putman with Who's Hot Florida, and I'm here at the Orlando Museum of Art, showcasing the hottest events, venues, and people throughout Florida. And Who's Hot tonight is Vipin Mehta, author of the Global Healing book series. I'm here with Vipin Mehta, the author of the Global Healing series Trilogy, and I'm here at the Orlando Museum of Art. Hi Vipin, how are you?
Fine, excellent. Wonderful day.
You know, I've been promoting your book.
Thank you very much.
I've got really great success, and I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, thank you very much for coming, and we need to promote the book, not for the money making, for sharing the knowledge.
Is there anything you want to tell our viewers about the book, about metaphysics?
Yeah, because the metaphysics is the knowledge of 21st century, as we have information knowledge, intellectual knowledge, intelligence of the last 4 centuries. So metaphysics is how to change the mindset, how to deal with the human mind and make it more useful rather than abuse the human mind. Because right now the atomic energy, we can use it to create the, we can bloom the desert by atomic energy. At the same time, we can abuse the atomic energy, create the atom bomb and devastation, create the devastation of humanity. So same is the human mind makes the decision, whether use it or abuse it. So how to change from negative mind to positive mind is the knowledge of metaphysics.
See, you know, I love your mindset. It's your slogan, I create my own reality, therefore I'm not a victim of fate.
Yeah, here is the one, because right now what is happening, we blame each other, and then we give power to each other. So when you take the responsibility, power lies within you, and then you create your own reality, and that is the knowledge of metaphysics teaches you. Okay, how you can create your own reality, and not the victim of it, by taking the responsibility. So that's why I create my own reality, I'm responsible for that. The word responsible is the most important word. Once you take the responsibility, then you are master of a destiny, not victim of fate. Because everybody blames and they give victim of fate. But no, you created that reality. You can change the reality once you take the responsibility.
And that's well said. Be educated, folks. For more information, www.vipinmehta.com.
First off, thank you all so much for coming this evening. You have no idea how much this means to our family and to everyone that's been involved on this project. It's a beautiful evening, and I see such beautiful faces here, and it's just an honor that you all have come. And you know, someone can knock on wood. We're very lucky with the weather right now. I want to especially thank the City of Orlando for graciously hosting this event. And I'd also like to thank Harbor House for partnering with us. Isn't it a great idea that they had shoes as a donation? Hats off to that. I would also like to thank Ambassador Harriet Fulbright for making a special trip down here from Washington, D.C. She has been involved with us on this project since the day it was born. We have a big group of individuals who have helped us put this event together over the past few months. You all know who you are, and Vipin, Rabe, and I thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for continuously, generously sharing your love with us. My father's Global Healing series writing project began almost 10 years ago, soon after the attacks of 9/11. So as you can imagine, this marks a huge milestone, not only for my father, but for our family, on a project that we truly believe will change mindsets one person at a time. To kick this off, I'd like to introduce to you a wonderful individual who our family has known for years, Miss Marcia Hope Goodwin. She serves as the City of Orlando's Chief Service Officer and Director of Public Affairs. Marcia joined the City of Orlando back in 1992 and is a member of Mayor Buddy Dyer's senior staff. She assists the mayor, the Orlando City Council, and city staff in developing and implementing the city's community mission. One of many reasons why she is so dear to us tonight is because she serves as the city's liaison and manages the city's funding and support to the arts and cultural, neighborhood and nonprofit sectors, including Harbor House of Central Florida. Her responsibilities include oversight of all the mayor's matching grants programs and general community relations. She recently got promoted to Chief Services Officer, which means she not only kept all her responsibilities as Director of Public Affairs, but she now has additional responsibilities, including working with Mayor Bloomberg in New York City on joint arts and cultural and nonprofit partnerships. She is very much part of the overall mission of making the city of Orlando the best city of the 21st century. So with that, let's welcome Ms. Marcia Goodwin onto the stage.
Wow, thank you, Radha. Can I take Radha with me to introduce me everywhere I go? That was wonderful, thank you. It is such a pleasure to be here tonight, and I really miss the mayor being here because he really wanted to be here and was planning to, but he had to be in Washington, D.C. unexpectedly. Otherwise, he would be here, and I would have the pleasure of standing out there with all of you. But it is an honor to be here representing Mayor Dyer in the city of Orlando, and it is wonderful to see so many wonderful friends. And on behalf of Mayor Dyer and the entire city, I want to say thank you to the Mehta family, Radha, Rave, Vipin, and your beautiful mom. You all have been amazing, and we appreciate you. You are true assets in our community for so many reasons. Let's give them a round of applause. Orlando is a city that is made up of so many wonderful cultures and so many wonderful people and ideas and thoughts and just generally people coming together to collaborate, as many of you have, on so many things. And we feel that we are definitely a city for now and the future. And because of people like the Mehta family and many of you in the room, we are able to become that 21st century city that is being looked upon by many other communities to see how we do things, what works in Orlando, what are our best practices. And this demonstrates a cultural best practice. And to see Vipin and Mrs. Fulbright in this beautiful book that you've written, I've had the pleasure of beginning to read it. I will plan to finish this weekend, but I appreciate the copy that I received, and it is a very inspiring and motivating book. And I hope that everyone here will have a chance to read it if you haven't already. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. But we are so grateful to be a part of the launch this evening and to be able to be here to congratulate you on this beautiful book that we hope that the entire world will get to read. It is very uplifting and something that teaches us about what being positive and healing is all about. So let's give them a round of applause, please. I told them tonight it's so beautifully written. Their gift is really evident in the book. It's beautifully written. Well, tonight the mayor couldn't be here, but he wanted to, and so he was able to prepare a video message that we would like for all of you to see and hear. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute and just introduce this message. It needs no introduction because Mayor Dyer has been a longtime friend of Vipin and his family.
In Vipin Mehta's Global Healing Series. I was personally given the first book in this series in 2008. The concepts, the ideas, the perspectives shared in these books have resonated with me. They are amazing works of literature that should be read by all. The foreword, written by Mrs. Harriet Fulbright, was truly inspirational as she drew a comparison between Vipin's ideals and those of her late husband, Senator William Fulbright. I've known Vipin for more than 14 years, going all the way back to when I was a Florida State Senator. We both have a civil engineering background with a passion for politics and have become great friends. Over the years, Vipin and his family have contributed a great deal to our community. In fact, Both his son Rave and daughter Rada wrote an Orlando theme song titled "The City Beautiful," and Rada performed the song at my swearing-in ceremony in 2008. Vipin has represented the Indian American community, serving as president of the Indian American Association of Greater Orlando, as well as national chairman of the American Society of Engineers of Indian origin. Vipin was personally invited by Florida Hospital to speak on world religions, as well as provide counseling to their doctors and nurses. Vipin and his family have supported Harbor House, hosting the diplomat reception earlier this year, which raised $55,000 to help support and heal victims of domestic violence. I relate to and appreciate Vipin's ideology and distinctly remember receiving the Peaceful Warrior Award from him a few years ago. Recently, he gave me a Vision Award, encouraging me to continue pursuing the vision that will make Orlando the best city of the 21st century. I admire Vipin and I appreciate him and his family's contribution to our great city. Have a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoy the final books in the Global Hearing series as much as I did.
City of Orlando Proclamation. Whereas the City of Orlando benefits greatly from the international, cultural, and intellectual exchange that our residents offer. And whereas Vipin Mehta has authored the Global Healing book series, which explains that the root cause and solution to all conflict lies in the human mind and its resolution in learning how to change the human mindset from negative emotions to positive emotions. And whereas the Mehta family has been a great supporter of many organizations and individuals locally and internationally that focus on helping and healing those in need. And whereas Orlando facilitates a visionary path for its residents to spearhead the march for world peace, and America embodies these positive values of mental, emotional, and spiritual empathy and freedom that are at the foundation of our city and nation. And whereas around the world there is an immediate need to transcend from a state of global conflict to a state of global healing. Now therefore, I, Buddy Dyer, Mayor of the City of Orlando, hereby do proclaim August 10th, 2011 as Global Healing Day. That was a surprise for our father.
Wonderful. Well, it is so deserving, and I will Rada, let me present that to you for you and your family. On behalf of Mayor Dyer, I would like to present this. Introduce the speaker this evening, and she's someone who many of you know and who I've had the pleasure of working with for many, many years. She is the CEO of Harbor House, Carol Wick, and Harbor House is the country's only qualified domestic violence, the county's only qualified domestic violence agency, and Carol has extensive experience in women's issues, trauma and child abuse, and other issues that relate to domestic violence.
Thank you, Marcia, and thank you everyone for coming this evening, and for all of you who bought shoes today. Know that there will be little feet going to school next week and the following week wearing those shoes, and that will mean a lot to the over 60 children we have living in our emergency shelter today. Harbor House is actually one of the largest, most comprehensive domestic violence agencies in the world. We have the largest domestic violence shelter here in the state of Florida, and soon will be the only shelter with both a certified licensed daycare and a kennel, so that when the family escapes, everybody comes into shelter and no one gets left behind. We reach over 30,000 people here in Orange County every single year, and that may seem like a huge number, but what we know is that we're reaching only a very small portion of people who are living in pain. We know that when we are able to touch those people, that we can bring them in and have them seek safety, but also, on a larger scale, we want healing to occur, and that's where we're so excited to be able to work with the Mehta family. We're honored to be here as part of the launch of his latest book in the series. And I think that it's important for you all to know what the Mehta family has done in this community, not just in the arts, but also to help end domestic violence and make this a safer place. Not only did they host our event in their home and open up their home to over 350 people, and I'm not sure that they knew that they could get that many people in their house, but at the last minute, we were able to call on Radha, and through her help, we were able to create a training video, the first of its kind in the world, to train every single firefighter and EMS worker in Orange County, not only how to recognize domestic violence when they go out on a call, but how to appropriately respond to that victim so that they get the healing and the safety that they need to be safe. Because of her, 14,000 people will be reached this next year that would not have known about the ability to seek shelter at a domestic violence center otherwise. In my work as a therapist over the last 30 years, I've seen a lot of trauma. I see a lot of trauma every single day. And what I know is that when the women and the children and even men come into our emergency shelter, that within a couple of weeks, usually the physical wounds heal. But what's left are those horrible emotional scars, that fear, that emptiness that comes from having lost your way and having lost that sense of spirituality. And that those people who heal faster have that sense of where they belong in this world. And it's part of our mission, as it is part of the Mehta family's mission, to really own our piece of what we need to do to heal this world. Whether that's to reach out to someone who's in pain, but also to heal ourselves and our communities. So we're very grateful to have an impact in this community, but we're even more grateful to have the Mehtas and their global reach and their wonderful wisdom to be part of that mission. And I am really honored to be able to introduce yet another member of the Mehta family, and that is Rave, who is a very talented individual and also fabulous to work with.
I am the second to the last Mehta you'll see on the stage tonight. So I'm Rave, and I have the most extraordinary privilege to introduce one of my favorite people on the planet. But before I do so, I want to first just say how proud I am of my father. I'm not sure if any of you have actually written a book or been through the process, but it's a really arduous process. It demands every creative ounce you have, and once you go through all that, you still need to find more. Now imagine doing that while having the responsibility of running a construction management firm where the government pours millions and sometimes even billions of dollars into building these roads and bridges, and nothing goes according to plan. Now, add a family to that with one crazy child. I'll let Radha decide which one it is. And then imagine not writing just one, but writing 3 books. It's not easy. And it's definitely a feat worth celebrating. So, to my father, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so happy that we're here and we finally made the finish line.